Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call, and this is in preparation for trading on November 2nd, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. So just give me 1 second, please. All right, so let's start off as usual. We'll take a look at our Forex Factory calendar here. We have, okay, so the biggest thing today was FOMC. For FOMC, it was interesting. So they didn't really change much, which we didn't expect them to do an interest rate hike right now. The interest rate hike is expected in December. But other than that, basically the Fed said that the economy is doing good, employment is okay. So really nothing's changed. They were expressed concern about inflation, but that was pretty much it. So not a whole lot has changed from FOMC perspective. So that's why we saw sort of a whipsaw type of thing. Price went one way and then the other way. So not a whole lot happened with FOMC. So coming up, we have trade balance for Australia, which will have an impact on Australian dollar. Yesterday, we had New Zealand dollar numbers come out and they came out positive. So New Zealand dollar had jumped up. So let's see what kind of impact we see from trade balance, because trade balance is very, very important. It's expected to go up right now. Trade balance is basically a difference between exports minus imports. So exports are very, very important for Australia. So as a result of that, this number is generally very important. So if they come in line with expectations, which means they are higher than last time, it will be positive for the Australian dollar. Otherwise, it will have a negative impact if they miss expectations. So tomorrow, excuse me, another important day. The main thing here, well, first we have construction PMI in the London session, but the main thing here will be Bank of England. Right now, according to this, it says the Bank of England is expected to do an interest rate hike. I am not so sure about that. So the data has been coming out very positive for UK. So there's no doubt from data perspective, it has been very positive. So last time there were 2 members who voted for interest rate hike, and now it looks like we'll get 6 of them voting for and 3 against it. So if that happens, we are likely to see a rate hike. Now, whether that actually pans out or not is to be seen. So if they do raise rates, this will be very positive for the British pound. So keep that in mind. If they don't raise rates, it may be negative. It will be negative, but it won't be as negative. So the jump I'm looking for would be more to the positive side if they do raise rates, because they haven't done a rate hike in forever, for the last 10 years. So this will be a very critical thing, just like the first time Fed did the interest rate hike, it was important. So this will be important if they do interest rate hike, just like Bank of Canada. When they did an interest rate hike, Canadian dollar strengthened. So if Bank of England does rate hike, British pound will strengthen and everything will essentially drop against the British pound. So that's what we're looking at. And then, excuse me, all of this, so basically is in the US session. We have Bank of England, Governor Carney speaking. Basically, he will be speaking to whatever the decision is made here. So this is the press conference. While the press conference is going on, market tends to be volatile. So we'll keep an eye on it and see how that plays out. And then going further into the session here, we do have FOMC member Powell and Dudley speaking. Again, anything that they say that is unexpected will make a difference. And then retail sales for Australia. So biggest thing is Bank of England for tomorrow. Let's go on to our charts here. So right now we're seeing a big push up in the Asian session. Generally, we don't see this, but right now, market seems to be moving currently. US dollar is losing ground. So from euro US dollar here, we have this small move. So price has been trading in this range for quite some time. So today it went and tested this previous support and resistance level and then dropped from there. And now the question is, will it be able to? So this right now is range bound market and we're going to trade it as such. So if price gets into this 1.1650 level, then we are looking for a potential short from there, because yes, so last few days it has not been able to break that level, and as long as price stays below that level, it will be bearish. So 1.1650 is the level to watch out for, and then a drop from here, we're looking for price to continue on down into 1.1560 level here. So let's take a look at the 1 hour. So basically, I'm looking for a potential short at the high if price gets into this, or even into R1 1.1650 level, we could see a drop from there. So this is the type either here or back, like test of this here again, we could see a drop, and then we would expect the price to continue into this level, 1.1580 level will be the first target here. Now the question is, if the price breaks out above this level, 1650, then we're looking for a bullish move to the upside here. So then we could see that, we may see that happen. So this is to be kept in mind, because if price turns bullish, we could see price break above that range. And if it breaks above that range, we have this big inefficient move that could get filled. So this is very important. In that case, we are looking for price to go into this 1.1750 level. So again, this 1650 level is very important, and we'll keep an eye on that. So overall, for now, it is sitting in a range-bound market, and we will trade it as such. Okay, pound dollar here. We saw a bearish candle close on this, but again, if the market sentiment turns towards an interest rate hike, this could turn bullish. In that case, we are likely to see price go and test this 133.40 level again, back into this previous support and resistance. But other than that, but purely based on technicals, so just like the Fed statement here, Bank of England, again, will be very, very critical here. So just like our, just from purely technical perspective, this is bearish, and we would look for a move to the downside into 131.90 level, which is this support and resistance level. But the critical thing would be, what's price doing? So if price, so right now it's bullish, but so we'll have to see how this one plays out, because right now market is pushing up, but sometimes these moves in the Asian market can get reversed. So that's something to kept in mind. So from technical perspective, we are bearish. But if price starts to, if US dollar loses strength and keeps on or keeps staying weak, then we were likely to see this push up. Or in the London session, if the sentiment turns bullish for British pound based on the potential interest rate hike, this could be bullish. Yeah, so London is essentially where the moves tend to happen. Okay, so here we have, this is a range bound market as well. As we can see, for the last few days, price has just traded in a range for Aussie US dollar here. So if price goes into 0.7700 level, I would be looking for a potential short here, something like this. But this one, there's news coming out, so we have to be very careful with that. And going into the bottom, this will be the target 76.29 level. So once price comes into this level, I'm looking for a push to the upside. So that's our strategy. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, basically a range-bound move in Aussie US dollar, New Zealand US dollar. Again, we are range-bound here as well. We've had a big, we have a big pin to the upside, but still it has rejected the 68 14 level here, or 68.20 level. So we are back into this major support and resistance level here. So in this case, I'm going to treat this as a range bound because that's what we have seen. So if the price goes into the top here, so price goes into this level, I'm looking for a potential short at 69.37 area and looking for price to trade back into the range. But just like what I said about the pound, if overall US dollar weakness shows up, then this could go up as well. So if it starts to hold above sort of this level here, actually, let's go to a 1 hour chart. So, okay, so right now, see how price is holding this level and it's pushing up. So if it stays up and breaks above this this R1 level, essentially, then we're likely to see price push up higher. So right now, for some reason, we are seeing a lot of US dollar weakness. So that could... So I would keep an eye on things, and we'll have to play it by the ear because Asian markets actually did not get to participate in, they haven't reacted to the FOMC. And right now, for some reason, US dollar is tanking, which usually we don't see, but it may just be the reaction to FOMC. As the Asian markets come online, they may just be processing the FOMC, and we may be seeing weakness as a result of that. So keep that in mind. Dollar CAD here, this is the trade that I was looking for price to fill this inefficiency and come back into this S1 level. So basically it's still continuing. Price broke through this resistance support level and now it's holding below. So this looks bearish at the moment. And I'm looking for price to, essentially the price has not been able to hold above this level, a 129.14 level. So 3 days in a row, it so 3 days in a row, price was not able to break above this level. And we're looking for price. So I'm looking for price to come back into this range. Again, a lot of these crosses have been range bound here. So I'm looking for this to drop into 127.80 level. Now, if things do change, it could still break out to the upside into 130.20 level. But again, this 129.14 level will be the critical level. This will be the deciding factor as to how this plays out. So right now, based on this candle close, I am bearish on this. Euro pound here. Let's take a look. Euro pound, a bit of a rejection in the bottom here. Now we are coming into major support and resistance. So we haven't been in this area since July of 2017. So here it looks like price tried to break down, but then it got rejected. So we have a pin bar here. With the British Pound Bank of England, this could change completely, but based on what the technicals are saying, essentially we have a fairly neutral candle close with a rejection in the bottom. So two things can happen here. Either we'll get a move back into this level here, so back up, so kind of giving us a morning star formation, so push back into this level, or price could just come and test this 87.30 level and then break down further. So there's a lot of news coming out this week, and as a result of that, things are not as clear-cut as they would normally be. So that's something that we need to keep in mind. So if British pound goes up, then we are likely to see euro pound break through this bottom and then go into the next support level, 86.60 level. However, if we see bearishness, so let's say Bank of England doesn't raise rates, that is likely to push the British pound down. In that case, euro pound is likely to go up. So that's what we need to keep in mind with this. Euro Swiss here. Euro Swiss, we're still looking very bullish. So the last couple of days we have been bullish, looking for another move to the upside. This trend line is still intact. So 1.1700 will be the level I would be watching for. So this is looking bullish at the moment. Pound Swiss franc here. Pound Swiss franc, we still are in the bullish territory. So I would look for a further move to the upside in this. But again, this is a British pound cross. So I would be careful with any British pound crosses with leading up to the Bank of England announcement. But based on the candle closed here, this is bullish to neutral because of the pin. So I'm looking for another move to the upside. But we could come into trouble when it comes to 133.20 level, because then it may do a double top and come down. But for now, we are bullish on this. Dollar Swiss franc, bullish move. We are back into this support resistance level. And as a result, I'm looking for a further move to the upside. We could see a pullback like this and then a further move up. So target would be 1.00 first. And once it goes to the other level, then we are looking for this 1.0097 level. So this is the type of move I'm expecting. But first, it may pull back into this 99, 97 area. So I would watch out for that. Next one is, let's quickly do the yen crosses. Pound yen. This looks bearish at the moment because we have a big pin on the upside. So I would look for price to pull back into this 150.50 level. So this would be bearish. Okay, so pound yen bearish, euro yen. Let's take a look here. Euro yen, this still looks bullish, but we are into this support resistance into 133.00. So if it stays below this, then we're looking for price to come back. So it's a little bit of it could be one of these moves, right? So price doing this type of a move. Right, so then coming into the bottom here. Okay, so this is what I am looking for. So in this case, for this to play out, we do need to see that price holds below this level. If the price goes to the other side of 133, then we are likely to see price continue higher. But for now, I would be looking for a push to the downside from this 133.00 level. Aussie yen, very, very bullish move here. So this looks bullish, but we do need to see, again, we are into strong support and resistance area. So if the price breaks to the other side of 87.67, we are looking for a further move to the upside. So we could see something like this, price drops, goes up, kind of like that. But again, with major events going on this week, in terms of news, I would keep an open mind to this. If the data comes out negative just in a few minutes, then this could drop as well. All right, last one here, dollar yen looking quite bullish, but we are pushing into this resistance again. And previously we have dropped down from here. So with this one, bullish, but into resistance. So if the price manages to break to the other side of this 114.20 level, then and only then am I looking for move to the upside. But again, we could get something like this, price goes up and then does one of these. So that's what we have to watch out for. But based on the candle close here, this looks quite bullish. However, the resistance here would give us pause. So the only way we're going bullish is either the price reacts here at 113.80 level, so pulls down into it and then pushes up, gives us a good signal here to go long, and then we could go long. Or once it breaks to the upside above 114.20 and holds on the other side, then over here could be a potential long that I'm looking for. So that would be the target in that case. So again, we have to keep an open mind with all these different events. So we have Bank of England tomorrow, we had FOMC today, Bank of England tomorrow, and we have non-farm payroll on Friday. So expect a lot of volatility in the market as a result of all of these. All right, any questions or anything to add? All right, so looks like no. Another thing, guys, so I will not be able to trade the London session in the morning. I am just not able to make it work. I have a commitment, so I'm not able to make it work for this, for tomorrow. But otherwise, we'll continue on with our London session. So tomorrow, I will see you just in the New York. All right, anything to add? Okay, I will take that as a no. So you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you in the morning after Bank of England announcement, and we'll see how that plays out. Okay, good night, everyone.